Hello and welcome to round 3 of the SRWC. We are go for race 1, and apologies for the late start time. We had a few issues with the streaming PC. Hopefully that's resolved now. We are underway, and there's definitely an incident out the back. We are at Laguna Seca this evening with the Corvette C7. It's our own version of the IMSA race that takes place there at the end of the month. So this is a qualifying race. Oh, there's an incident there. That's not entirely sure which two drivers are off there, but I'm sure there'll be a review. Or spinning. Apologies for the late start time. We had a few issues with the streaming PC. Hopefully that's so. We will have a look at the replays of the opening lap shortly. Bear with us whilst we stay with the action up front, though. It's Paul Munn leading from Andy Spencer, Luke Austin, James Saunders, Bradley Philpott, Will Murphin. That's your top 6. James Fitchu's just behind Will Murphin as they come up into the corkscrew. For the first time, the first race, we're guaranteed to see some incidents here. There's a sideways car in the Corvette. That was Bradley Philpott there. Obviously using the car that he raced in the 24 hours, the Thrustmaster 24 hours here at Simply Race. It's a little bit sideways, back up to 5th place though. Now, a dive there from Bradley Philpott. That's certainly worthy of penalty. I think he's slowing down, allowing the car to carry on and go in front of him. I'm sure that was just a mistake. He is apologising behind me, so I can confirm that that's something he's apologising for. Paul Munn leading currently now. A dive there from Bradley Philpott. That's 6.5 seconds, so a really big lead then for Paul in front of Will Murphin, and then there's another 2 seconds from Will Murphin to Andy Spencer. James Saunders and Bradley Philpott is the one we're going to focus on now. That's the 2 Simply Ace liveried cars. For the guys watching the stream, I think you just said that there's some echoes. Is that still happening? Right, let me try that now. Sorry, that's completely my fault, guys. Hopefully you're not getting echoes anymore. Please let me know if you are. So, Bradley Philpott then up to 4th place. Oh, there's some contact at the top of the corkscrew, I think. Let's see if we can have a look at that. If I bring up the replay screen. This is a different incident, but this is Lewis Diamond going ahead of James Saunders. Now what happens here is that's James Saunders spinning round, so that'll be why. Those are the NVIDIA GeForce sponsored cars. I'm sure some of you guys watching will enjoy that. Right, now James Fitchu has also gone off circuit, so this is 15 seconds ahead of the incident, so we're on board with him as he comes into turn 1. I think this must have been just after what we watched. Gets on the brakes. And okay, he's just gone a little bit wide. That's all. There's nothing major there. We're going to go back to the live racing. It's still relatively close at the front. We've got Lewis Diamond is the car we're focusing on at the moment. That's the GeForce, the NVIDIA GeForce coloured car. James Saunders behind in the Simply Ace liveried car. And we've got the yellow car of Dane Oliver just behind as they come into the corkscrew. Really important to lift early, and that's a bit of a wiggle going on for Lewis Diamond. He's managed to save it somehow. Say save it. He's lost the position to Dane Oliver, so Lewis Diamond down into 7th place. Dane Oliver on the way up, and now I think Jack Ashton was one of the ones that got caught out in the first lap mayhem. He's up in 8th place at the moment, looking to catch up. I wonder if we can have a look at him and Luke Austin. So these 2 drivers are quite close to each other. They were quite quick in practice, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the remainder of this race. So Luke Austin in the Flame, the Motorola Corvette, behind Jack Ashton's NVIDIA Corvette. Now I think Jack is pulling away slightly, but Jack is almost certainly catching Lewis Diamond. There is just well, let's have a look. Just 1 second. No, yeah, 1.3 seconds. So that's a lot closer now. Now, will he make a move on the inside here? I think he's probably going to time it. We might make a move here. That's not a place where we often see a move at the inside. I thought he would probably wait until the corkscrew, but nice block pass. Manages to get up the inside. Now, he's going to have to be careful that he doesn't leave himself vulnerable into the corkscrew, or indeed that there's any contact at all. So that's good work there from Jack Ashton to move himself up into 6th position. Now up at the front, this is Bradley Philpott and James Saunders having a battle. This is 3rd and 4th position. It's the two Simply Ace liveried cars, and both of whom are lapping pretty quickly. 23.6 for Bradley Philpott last time round, and 23.4 for James Saunders last time round. So they're lapping very similarly. James is probably ever so slightly quicker last time round, but we'll see how that continues, that pace. Now, Paul Murphin is the quickest car on circuit. He's the leader, 23.174. Will Murphin is lapping slower than these two cars, but with only 3 laps remaining, he is going to struggle to gain any positional advantage. Now that's oh dear, that's all gone wrong. I think that was a back marker getting out of shape in front of Bradley Philpott. Let's see if we can see that. That's a different one, I think. And so is that. Now this is Dane Oliver. I wonder if that's potentially, I'm looking a little bit too far back. I think I'm going to struggle to find that with it being a back marker, but I'm sure there was no intent there from either Bradley or James. It just they kind of got caught up in that then. So 2 laps remaining. Paul Munn leading, 8.5 seconds. So Will Murphy and Bradley Philpott 13.5 seconds behind the race leader. This is Luke Austin in that beautiful flamed Motorola Corvette. Oh, both a bit wide, just following it. Oh no, hang on. So apologies for this, guys. So we're just getting back and reconnected now. We are on the we have got the checkered flag for most drivers now, so I'll bring you the results. That looks like an interesting picture. There's something to see the drivers that have parked up. So race winner then Paul Munn, Will Murphy in 2nd, Bradley Philpott 3rd, James Saunders 4th, Jack Ashton in 5th place. Then we've got Andy Spencer, Dane Oliver, Luke Austin, Lewis Diamond, James Fitz, Aaron Kirk, and Chris King.
stir more than your subconscious. The all-new 2014 Corvette Stingray. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Ladies.
Oh boy.
Je m'appelle Bob. I'm a French bull.
Wow, a French bull, huh?
Oui.
You must be lonely so far from home.
So lonely.
Lucky for you, Diane here speaks fluent French.
Salut, mon ami. Avez-vous habité en Paris?
Nuts.
Bonjour, ladies.
Forget it, dude.
Great milk comes from happy cows.
Lateral G's .93.
What speed?
Miles per hour 150. Push in 500%.
Pushing in 500%.
Speed 160 and climbing.
What the hell is going on?
We're tracking them.
Enhance that.
Speed 170, still climbing.
Does anybody have any idea what this is?
I do.
Well,
It's the next vet.
get me one.
Once you've been to hell and back, there's not much left to fear. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under his bed for me. Have you ever wondered who Waldo's
Sorry, my fault. Me being an idiot. I thought I did it right, I did it wrong. Sorry. It's alright, I just had the grid the wrong way around. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so welcome back. We're just about to start our second race of the evening. Bradley Philpott starting on pole for this one with James Saunders behind. It's a reverse starting grid from race number 1. So it'd be interesting to see if there's another repeat battle between Bradley Philpott and James Saunders in race number 2. The two white cars you can see at the front. Just a few seconds remaining. The lights are starting to come on now. And I think off we go. So good start from Bradley Philpott, not so much from James Saunders. He's having to go on the defensive. And there's 4 cars side by side coming. It's a very narrow circuit here at Laguna Seca. Actually, that was much better than the first race. Actually, everyone managed to get through, despite a bit of door banging. That's okay. We can accept a little bit. Oh, and there's one of the NVIDIA cars going around. That's either Jack Ashton. Oh, no, it's not Jack Ashton because we can see him. So that must be, I believe, Lewis Diamond then who's gone round. We've got the 2 Simply Ace cars at the front then. And that's Bradley Philpott then leading James Saunders. Will Murphy and then Jack Ashton. Let's try and keep an eye on these guys. This is the battle for 3rd place. Okay, guys, so thank you for bearing with us. So we're back up and running. This is us rejoining with Paul Munn in the number 1. So that's, if I click this is the white and yellow as opposed to fully yellow car. There's also yellow on these Corvettes, so it does make it quite hard to distinguish. So Paul Munn making a forceful move up the inside of James Fitzhugh then for 6th place, although he hasn't managed to make a stick. And he's got on the kitty litter on the outside and spun right round. There's a song about that, I think. Anyway, so this is... now we're on board with Darren Kirk. So Darren Kirk was the guy that was just behind those two previously. So it's now a battle between James Fitzhugh and Darren Kirk, the ones that we're going to be keeping an eye on. Meanwhile, we're looking up front. Bradley Philpott's still leading. If we just flick to Jack Ashton and Will Murphy, this is the closest top battle at the moment. So it's Will Murphy in the Motorola car. The Nvidia car with green on is Jack Ashton, and then just behind them is Dane Oliver as they come under the Yokohama sign. Oh, and who's that going around? That's Dane Oliver, I think, who's just spun out. We'll try and see if we can confirm that in a second. So lots of pressure then. Jack Ashton putting on Will Murphy. Quite a bumpy circuit here at Laguna Seca. Oh, a bit sideways there from Will Murphy, and he's going to look up the inside as they come up to the corkscrew. Hard on the brakes with both drivers, and Jack tucks in just behind. Sorry, no, that is Jack up the inside. Sorry, I'm calling this completely wrong. So Jack Ashton past Will Murphy, and up into 3rd place. It'll be interesting to see if Will is able to keep up with him. A little bit sideways out the last corner. Is that going to give Will the benefit down the straight? It doesn't look like he is going to be able to take advantage of that this time round. So I'm sure he'll continue to put the pressure on Jack Ashton. However, up front, James Saunders is actually catching Bradley Philpott. So interesting to see if we will get a really close battle to the finish with these two drivers in the white Corvettes as they go through the sweeping left under the bridge. Now there's back markers in play as well. That's going to make it even more interesting, of course. And it's a forceful move there by Bradley Philpott on the back marker, but does end up with that driver spinning out. James has got a good run on him. Let's get through the corkscrew. Very, very close to these two drivers. Just 0.2 of a second. And on board then with James Fitzhugh. And Bradley had a good exit there into the final section. And they go across to complete their 5th lap and start their 6th. Elsewhere, Darren Kirk is still putting pressure on Andy Spencer, and it's the two Minolta Konica cars, and into the barrier goes Darren Kirk. He just got wide on the gravel, and that's pushed him out off the circuit, and he'll rejoin. Luckily, no damage on this evening. But he has lost the place to Paul Munn, who obviously is still recovering after his last incident. Down for 11th and 10th position, this is Luke Austin and Lewis Diamond. I think Lewis had an incident earlier on. I'm not sure what happened to Luke from my memory. But this is a battle that is developing as we speak. However, the closest battle on circuit is our two leaders. 1st and 2nd place, Bradley Philpott and James Saunders. It's relatively close between these two guys. So just, well, by the time we get to the end of this lap, there will be just one remaining lap for James to make his move on Bradley Philpott. Lots of curb on the inside there for James Saunders. Managed to make it work, though. And he is probably closer than he was this time last lap. However, It's such a difficult feat to try and overtake into turn 1. He goes very wide. Oh no, we've lost it again, guys, unfortunately. Bear with us a second, see if we can get it back. I can tell you at the moment that Bradley is still ahead of James Saunders.
Right in front.
Okay, so we are just rejoining now, guys, so bear with us a second and we'll get you the live. It shouldn't be too long now. We're almost there. Just trying to rejoin it. So very close at the moment as they come into... Oh, it's through the final section of the circuit. And if we rejoin them now... So that is still Bradley Philpott ahead of James Saunders as they come into the final corner. Very close between these two guys, but Bradley Philpott taking the victory then, and flashing his lights, of course, as he comes across the line. James Saunders in second. Now Jack Ashton has crossed as well in third. Will Murphy in fourth. James Fitzhugh coming in through the last section in fifth, and Paul Munn's moved up to sixth. I'm not sure who's moved down and why, but that's Paul Munn taking sixth place. Andy Spencer in seventh place. Dane Oliver, well, he's under pressure from Darren Kirk, I believe. So this would be a nice little battle to the end. So that's Darren in the black car there, putting Dane under pressure, but it looks like it's going to stay the same as they come across start-finish line. So Dane Oliver in 8th, Darren Kirk in 9th. Luke Austin backwards into the tyre barriers in 10th, or no, 11th now, because Lewis Diamond has moved ahead. So that's that mistake has lost him a place on the last lap. Luke Austin will be 11th, and Chris King is crossing the lap down across the start-finish line now.
Not even the Cougars of LA are enough to scare me. But if I get into an accident, I'm calling the boss, James Bergener. If you've been hurt, don't back down. Call Bergener and Associates.
I lost my front tooth the other day, which would be great if I was 7. I'm 46. And the tooth fairy doesn't come when you're 46. Just lots of referrals and appointments and bills that cost tons. Maybe I'll keep it. It adds character. Right?
We know life can be unpredictable. We offer affordable health coverage and also dental plans. Choose Blue Shield today.
Rated E for everyone.
Real portable racing has arrived. 800 cars, 35 tracks. Gran Turismo. Only possible on PSP and PSP Go.
PlayStation. Hey, everybody! Let's trash the beach! Toss junk up and down the beach. Broken glass and a bottle of bleach.
Used condoms and underwear. We're polluting and we don't even care.
Drop six-pack rings like a littering freak. And a bird can get 'em stuck on its beak.
Cause picking up trash is such a hassle. It's way more fun to build a garbage castle. Rusty nails, dirty socks, and soggy books. Broken pails, rotten food, and fishing hooks. Who cares about the way it smells or how it looks? Let's trash the beach.
Hey, I just punctured my foot on a hypodermic needle.
And I saw a seagull choking on a corn dog. A cigarette butt, soda cans, a glasses case. A diaper and a tennis shoe without a lace. The party isn't over till we trash the place. Let's trash the beach.
I'll be right back. What? We're just doing.
Let's just take it down a notch, okay?
Thanks for hanging me out to dry there, Madison.
Make us part of your family. Look for dairy brands with the real California seals.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm in. What do you mean you're in? You've got no chips. It's a Porsche. Is it insured? Yeah. By Survival? No, I can't take that bet.
Call Survival. For any car, any driver. Survival offers the lowest rate guarantee. Call Survival now.
Okay, so guys, thank you very much for sticking with us. We've got a 15-lap grand final coming up now. So apologies for the black screen. We have run out of adverts to show. I've got you a fair number today, but I have run out now. So just to confirm the starting order for the grand final, it'll be Bradley Philpott on pole position with James Saunders in second place. Will Murphy will be starting in third with Paul Munn in fourth. Jack Ashton in fifth place. Andy Spencer in sixth. James Fitzhugh in 7th place, Dane Oliver in 8th. In 9th place will be Luke Austin, 10th place will be Darren Kirk, and starting in 12th, 11th place is Lewis Diamond, and 12th place will be Chris King. The drivers are just taking their seats now. You might be able to see them getting themselves comfortable at the moment. We're just going to quickly order the pods into in our queue to make sure everyone starts in the right place. Hope you're all looking forward to our grand final this evening. Apologies for the disconnections we've had with the streaming PC. That's an unfortunate thing. We'll just see if we can get that fixed for the next round live stream. That will be on the 24th of this month. That's the Simply Race Touring Car Championship, so make sure you tune in for that. I think it's 6 o'clock in the evening, that one. It's a Sunday night, so got some good Sunday night racing action for you. Hopefully we'll be joined by a number of drivers. I think we're looking at having probably a full 34 on the grid again. Okay, so we are ready to go. So drivers sitting on the grid. We will give you the screen in a second. So we've just got one driver who's got an issue. So Will Murphy there with a big jump start and moving up to second, but that's almost certainly going to get penalised. Now, Bradley Fibble's obviously gotten away well. That's James Saunders in second. Now, there's lots of lunging going on into turn number 1. Everyone staying on the track, though. Now, Will Murphy is, of course, going to receive a stop-go penalty for his jump start. And there's one of the yellow cars off at turn 3. I don't know if that's turn 2 or turn 3. And that's another driver off as well in the background. And, oh, dear, that's chaos at turn 4. It's still a long race, though. It's a 15-lap grand final. There's 1.5 minutes a lap, so that's a long time left. It's not all over for those drivers. If we concentrate on the drivers at the top, that's Lewis Diamond is the car we're focusing on. It's the NVIDIA car, and there's a driver sideways through the corkscrew. That hasn't gone well for them, though. That's ended up with them losing out. But there's Andy Spencer putting a lot of pressure on Lewis Diamond as they come around to complete the first lap. He's going down the inside, I think. Yep. Oh, some side-to-side contact, but Andy Spencer is through as they come across the line. So we've got Bradley Philpott leading by 3.6 seconds ahead of Will Murphy, and Andy Spencer in third. Lewis Diamond now down in fourth, with Darren Kirk right behind him in fifth. That's a good start from Darren Kirk. He was in 10th place at the start and has made 5 places on the opening lap alone. Behind Darren, though, is a lot of pressure being applied by Luke Austin. And it's Luke Austin that we go on board with now in the Motorola car. And ahead of him is Darren Kirk and Lewis Diamond. So good battle. Sorry, James Saunders, Darren. Oh, James Saunders is on the right of him there. Okay, sorry, I'm reading the time screen wrong. And he did forget where the middle pedal was, and that has caused him to somewhat half spin. And the driver on the outside there. That was I think that was Darren. Might have been Darren who's just gone off. That was the 2 drivers. Oh, and that's that to me looked like one of the drivers was putting across the other. Okay, so I mean, really, that's James Saunders. He should have stayed to the right there. The other car's not going to disappear. I mean, they do both turn. Sorry, I mean the other driver in the car to the left does slightly turn, but mainly I think it's James Saunders going straight on there and causing the collision, and then also hitting out the other driver. So, in my opinion, if I was going to attribute any blame there, that would be to James Saunders, I think, in my personal opinion. You guys might disagree with me at home. Welcome to let me know. So James Saunders then in 4th place and right behind Andy Spencer. We're going to go for a repeat on the way up to the court. That's a naughty move there from James Saunders. He is going to receive a penalty for that. James Saunders has received a stop-go penalty. He's coming in to serve that now. It's obviously a matter of how quickly he can get back out and onto the circuit. Will Murphy then. We understand that he has a bit of a protest to make about his jump start, so we'll hear that at the end. We're not going to penalise him in the mid-race. Looks like we've got potentially some connection issues with the stream again, so apologies, and try and get that back together. Okay, so we are back and live. This is Will Murphy, who is subject to an investigation regarding a false start. I wonder if we can actually see that now. It would be nice if we could, whilst the race is going on. Although, actually, there is a nice battle going on here between Jack Ashton and Dane Oliver. And Jack Ashton in the... ooh, that was a bit of a squirm under braking there for Jack. Jack is in the black car ahead, Dane Oliver in the yellow car. And lots of interesting camera shots here at Laguna Seca. Such a great circuit. Lots of, as you can see, elevation changes as they come into the corkscrew. I mean, bumpy through there. And Jack has managed to make lighter work of the back markers. That's brought him a little bit of time. He has gone a little bit wide there, though. Elsewhere, that's Andy Spencer off the circuit. Paul Munn is terribly far down. I'm not sure what's happened to Paul. It's obviously something that's happened... whilst we haven't been looking, he's all the way down in another place. You wouldn't expect to see Paul that far down. That's the black. Sorry, that's this car here that you can see at the back of your shot. Now, I imagine he will still gain a few places by the end of the race, but that is a lowly position for Paul, and we will see how his progress continues for the remaining 9 laps of this race. So James Saunders, after pitting for a stop-go penalty, I understand that you guys have a differing opinion that I do of that incident. I know it wasn't his fault, but still responsible of the car passing. The car behind is passing to safely make a manoeuvre. Now, obviously, people are always going to have different lines and different braking points, but it's important that the person responsible for making the investigation with Will Murphy. Now, Will is saying that he had a network issue with the pod that caused the countdown to not work on his pod, so we will investigate that as soon as we can. Obviously, 3 very experienced drivers here. It does look like Jack is putting away somewhat from Darren Kirk. Mainly because I think Darren's going to have to go quite defensive on Dane here as they come up and into the corkscrew side by side, up the inside. Ooh, good closing the door, but that's caused Darren to go off the circuit. That's given the inside line to Dane Oliver. So Dane Oliver taking 4th place then from Darren Kirk. So 2 incredibly close battles going on here. Jack Ashton is pulling away as a result of this this battle. If we go on board then with Darren Kirk, as Dean goes very defensive and very wide. Very, very wide. It's going to allow Darren past, I think, when Darren gives him a little squeeze on the exit. It does give him enough room up the inside. That was fair racing there. So that's Darren back up into 4th place, and then he's gone wide and allows Dane to go back through. Now, presumably then, Dane's going to make a mistake here and allow Darren through. No, not this time, as they come back up the hill. It's still very close. You see how bumpy the circuit is. Climbing up the hill into the corkscrew for the 9th time this race. That was a bit tidier this time from Darren. Oh, and a spin there. A spin from Dane Oliver. Oh, he goes all the way around. He's not going to be very happy with himself. In fact, I think I can hear he's not very happy with himself in the background. I shan't repeat what he has just said. So then, Darren Kirk up into 4th place as a result of that mistake. That looked like one of the white cars in the gravel. I think it was James Saunders. Presumably it wasn't our race leader. Yeah, it was on the exit of the course. Such a hard corner as a corkscrew. That's claimed lots of wrecked cars over the years. I'm saying sim racers don't really need to worry about that too much, but it's still interesting to watch. Now, we are with Paul Munn here. He's behind this battle. So James Fitcher and Lewis Diamond. Now, was there contact that caused that incident there? I'm not sure. It will be interesting to see. This is the view from behind, from Paul Munn's car, and I think there was very minimal contact there. We have to see it from a different perspective, but let's have a look again. I don't think there was any contact at all. So spin all on his own there, and we are back and watching. Oh, is that another spin from Saunders? A really good second race. Oh, that's a... Oh, okay, it was a bit of a desperate move there. Paul Munn at the inside of James Fitchew. As these two Corvettes get involved in a bit of a drag to the first corner. As James Fitchew in front. Paul Munn with the dive up the inside. Manages to get it stopped in time. Is he going to force him wide? He is, of course. Paul Munn with lots of experience. So Paul Munn up into 7th place. James Fitchew in 8th then. Now elsewhere on circuit, what's happening? So Bradley Philpott still leading by 18.8 seconds. He's increasing his lead over Will Murphin. Jack Ashton is in 3rd place. Darren Kirk in 4th, and it's all quite spread out at the front. Actually, the closest battle is here. It's James Fitchew, Luke Austin. In fact, Luke Austin is in front of Paul Munn. So we're with Paul Munn at the moment. So Luke Austin's in front of him, and James Fitchew is the driver that he just overtook. And you see at the back of the shot at the moment. So the front of the shot, Luke Austin. Middle of the shot, Paul Munn and James Fitchew behind. This is the closest battle on circuit at the moment. I think Andy Spencer's in the back of the picture as well. So he's still involved in this battle. So getting some accusations of Bradley Philpott being a cheat. He's not just a cheat. In fact, he's not even a cheat. He's just a very quick driver. I'm sure when we return for the Touring Car Championship, not this Sunday, the Sunday after, Mr. Epps, fresh from Donington, will be fresh from Brands Hatch as well, because that's where we are. We're doing Brands Hatch Indy. He'll be looking to put lots of pressure on Mr. Philpott, and hopefully we'll see some more fireworks as we did at the opening round in Poznan. So Paul Munt really gaining on Luke Austin now. Looks a little cheeky look up the inside, which just forces Luke to go a bit defensive coming up to the corkscrew. Is he going to stay left or is he going to go to the right? And where's Paul going to go? Oh, he's found a gap. Oh, and a great move there from Paul Munn. Up the inside and then round the outside on the at the bottom of the hill to move up into 6th place. Whether Luke will be able to stick with Mr. Munn, it's yet to be seen. I'm not sure why Paul is so far down. It would be great to catch him at the end to find out what has exactly happened to his race. But unfortunately he does find himself down in 6th, where I think he probably could be fighting for a podium. So 12 out of 15 laps completed. With just 2 minutes remaining at this wonderful Laguna Seca Raceway. Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, I should say. I think that's the correct term nowadays. This is the helicopter view of Andy Spencer making his way around the 2.2 mile course. And there is, in fact, this is the, I think the closest battle actually. Oh no, James Fitchie, let's have a look. So ahead of us we've got James Fitchie and Luke Austin. And the two slightly different liveries, haven't we? That's the flamed Motorola livery of James Fitchie ahead of the Le Mans all yellow livery. Now that's a mistake there from Luke Austin. That's going to give James Fitchie an option to go around the outside on the way into turn number 1. We can see the flames to our left hand side. Oh, Luke gets on the brakes much earlier and comes off, though. You can see him shoot forward again as he slightly misjudged his braking point, with James occupying his mirrors. And it's pretty key. You stay away from these big curves on the inside. There's some really horrible red curbs on the inside, and that will really unsettle the car. Now James Fitchie was 2 seconds quicker that last lap. Whether Luke made a couple of mistakes there, I'm not entirely sure, but it's pretty close between these two. Now something's happened to Will Murphy. Will Murphy has moved down into 4th place. I'm wondering if we can see that anywhere. Oh, and braking himself, Luke Austin, and comes across. Oh dear, but James Fitchie, and the end result is James Fitchie has ended up ahead. So now I'm just wondering if we can see what's happened to Will Murphy. I think this is the correct replay, but we'll see in a second. It may not be at all. Might have to go searching for it. Now, let's just double check. So, Will Murphy is number 6, so we're actually in the incorrect pod. Let's see what's happened to Will. Oh, we certainly had something happen there at the last corner. I think that's all on his own. Just get wide and go round he goes. So that has moved him away from a top position. So race has finished then. So this is Bradley Philpott doing some donuts to celebrate his victory. So congratulations to him. Jack Ashton in second place, coming across the line now. Oh, now Darren Kirk's gone off somewhere, I think. Let's have a look. So that's Darren Kirk spinning around. So he's lost himself a podium. And Will Murphy is back in third place, pending an investigation into his jump start, of course. Lots of donuts happening around the circuit right now. But to clarify the results, we have race winner Bradley Philpott, Jack Ashton in second, Darren Kirk in third. Now Will Murphy is third, pending. Third, pending his investigation. Darren Kirk fourth, Paul Munn in fifth, Dane Oliver in sixth, James Fitcher in seventh, eighth place Andy Spencer, ninth place Luke Austin, Lewis Diamond in 10th, James Saunders in 11th, and Chris King in 12th. Anyway, so brilliant. Thank you ever so much, guys, for tuning in this evening. Apologies for the issues with the stream. Hopefully we'll get on top of that. In fact, we will get on top of that between now and the next broadcast. The next SRWC race is the Indy 500, and that is on the... let's just double check. It's on the... I believe it's the 17th of May. So we will see you soon. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.